Hey guys, welcome to an all-new episode of Fright Friday right here on Night Owl Video. Today I am talking about Thanksgiving, the new Eli Roth movie which came out last November. And we'll be talking about cast, production, critical response, my thoughts on the film, where you can watch it, and all that jazz. So I hope you'll stick around. Thank you to everybody who's recently subscribed. I'm closing in on 500, so I gotta get my, I think I'm going to do like my favorite cover art for the 500th subscription. So be sure to watch for that in another 20 subscriptions or so. But honestly, thank you to everybody who's decided to subscribe. I really appreciate your support and your comments and your thumbs up and all that jazz. Thanksgiving is a horror film from 2023 directed by Eli Roth, who of course did Cabin Fever, Hostel 1 and 2, and he also did the remake of Death Wish in 2018 with Bruce Willis, which I highly recommend that film as well. I think I have a review of that coming up pretty soon. Thanksgiving stars Patrick Dempsey, who was also in the film Run, and as well Scream 3. I have not seen Run yet, but I've heard great things about it. I do have it on VHS, so I'm going to have to check that out sometime soon. This also stars Addison Rae. She was apparently a TikToker, and I don't really see much else in her filmography. Milo Manheim, who was in a bunch of TV shows that I do not know, and Jalen Thomas Brooks. And this is this person's only film credit aside from a short film. So this is a cast of newbies except for Patrick Dempsey, I guess, which is kind of cool when you think about it, because a lot of those movies back in the 80s, they were all just like up and coming people, nobodies, like Johnny Depp or Kevin Bacon. They were all in those horror movies, but they were like nobodies before those movies. So kind of cool that Eli Roth decided to go with a lot of kind of lesser known actors to fill this out. And I think it was a very clever idea on his part. The synopsis for Thanksgiving is: a mysterious masked maniac terrorizes residents of Plymouth, Massachusetts 1 year after a Black Friday riot ends in tragedy. Picking off victims one by one, the seemingly random revenge killings soon become part of a larger, sinister plan. This is based on Eli Roth's fictitious trailer of the same name from Grindhouse, the Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez double feature from 2007. It's the third feature-length adaptation of a fictitious Grindhouse trailer after Rodriguez's Machete from 2010 and Jason Eisner's, and shout out because Jason's a Nova Scotian just like me, Hobo with a Shotgun from 2011 with Rutger Hauer. Go check that movie out. So yeah, if for those of you who have not seen Grindhouse, there's Death Proof and there's Planet Terror. And at the beginning of each of those films, there's like these fake Grindhouse trailers that Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez got other directors to make. And then just, these films three of them have gotten made into full-length movies. So I think that's pretty cool. And honestly, when you watch the fake Grindhouse trailer for Thanksgiving, you sort of wish, I always, every time I watch Grindhouse and I see that, I think, oh, that would have been seemed like it would have been like a cool movie, like if it was real. So it was kind of cool for it to finally come to the theater, even though it looks very different from the fake Grindhouse trailer. Principal photography took place in Toronto and Hamilton, Ontario from March 13th to May 5th of last year. Eli Roth said the cat in the movie was such a good actor and performed on cue that he called him Leonardo DiCaprio. The name of the cat is Tonic, and he previously starred in the remake of Pet Sematary 2019. Early hopes for the movie was having the finished film be part of the hypothetical Grindhouse sequel as a double feature with a full-length adaptation of Don't, the parody trailer by director Edgar Wright. So I didn't know that until doing this research. The budget for Thanksgiving was $15 million and the box office was $46.5 million. So this movie did really well in the theater. In November 2023, Roth announced on his Instagram page that a sequel had been greenlit for a 2025 release. So keep your eyes peeled for next year. I guess we're going to have a Thanksgiving 2, which I've got no problem with that. I like this movie. This film currently holds an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. The website's consensus reads, quote, combining belly-busting humor With delightfully over-the-top gore, Thanksgiving is a feast for Grindhouse fans. Couldn't have said it better. I went to see this in the movie theater when it came out. I was very excited because I thought I liked the Grindhouse movies and I liked the trailers, and even the Rob Zombie one looked kind of cool. What was it, like Werewolf Women of the SS or something? um, I thought they were all just really, really fun, and you could tell the directors were having a lot of fun making these things. This version of the film is obviously very different from the fake trailer. This is a lot more polished. But again, I like that a lot of the actors were like, I didn't know who the actors were, but they did a great job. Patrick Dempsey, yeah, he's not my favorite actor, but he did okay in this movie for me. But I think a lot of people who love the fake trailer were hoping the movie was going to be more like the fake trailer, but it's more polished. Not to say that it's bad, because it's not. I really enjoyed the movie. If you like 80s slashers, this is your fare. This is made for you. The killer with the mask is very iconic. I think once you see a couple more sequels, he's going to become sort of like Art the Clown from Terrorizer, or these kinds of characters. So sort of, you'll probably see him pop up at Spirit of Halloween or something like that. But it's a fairly iconic looking mask, and I will say, like, parts of it, like there's a scene in the movie with a parade, and him, the main characters are kind of watching to see if this masked killer is going to come out of the crowd. That part so gave me vibes of I Know What You Did Last Summer. So much. But I like that movie as well, so I thought it was kind of a cool callback. But yeah, this is like, if you took a slasher movie from the 80s and cleaned it all up and polished it all up and gave it a bit of budget, this is what you'd get. So if you think you would like that, then I would highly recommend Thanksgiving. The gore is pretty good. I mean, there's some pretty nasty stuff in this. The opening scene at the store, the Black Friday scene, there's lots of gore and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of the other. Of course, at the end, there's like well, in the fake trailer, I will say there was a scene with a cheerleader jumping on what do you call it? Totally forgetting the word now, but in the grindhouse scene, trampoline, she sort of falls with her legs spread, and there's like a knife coming up underneath the trampoline. You can imagine it's very grisly looking. In this version, of course, it's very toned down. So, but I think Eli Roth wanted it to be a bit more mainstream, so he took out a lot of that extreme stuff. But I think a lot of fans of the trailer and grindhouse and 80s slashers would have liked to see this be like made more in that style, but this is perfectly fine for what it is. And like I said, some of the gore is actually pretty grisly, so if you like that kind of stuff, but I would compare this more to like I Know What You Did Last Summer, or those kinds of ones. It kind of gave me more vibes of that, but really enjoyed it. We don't get a lot of great horror anymore, so it was kind of cool to see a new slasher movie come out and do well, and obviously there's going to be a sequel, so that's exciting. So a lot of people like this. A lot of horror fans that I follow on YouTube really put this movie over, so I'm going to guess this was, fairly well liked for what it was. This is the Blu-ray from 2024, which I think this came out this past January on Blu-ray in Canada. It's rated 18 in Canada for extreme violence, gory scenes. What else here? This is a region-free Blu-ray, I guess. I'm trying to see if I can find the runtime on here, but I don't see it. But I don't remember this one being like overly long or anything. Let's see if it says on the inside, maybe. Nope. The disc art is the disc art is a turkey with a knife in it. And on the back it says there will be no leftovers. So in the original Grindhouse trailer, I think it says like white meat, dark meat, all will be carved, and it's done in that really deep kind of trailer guy voice. And it's quite clever. This Blu-ray has deleted and extended scenes, outtakes, Massachusetts movies, Eli and Jeff's early films. Also included behind the screams, gore galore, and commentary with Eli Roth and Jeff Randall. So there's a lot of special features on here to enjoy. GQ magazine says Eli Roth at his best, and I probably wouldn't argue with you there. I'm not a big fan of Cabin Fever, or I'm definitely not a big fan of Hostel. So, but I like this. I do think I like Eli Roth. Okay, and some of the stuff he does, like the whatever that documentary is about horror movies, I enjoyed that. But yeah, I thought this is probably one of my favorite Eli Roth movies that I've seen. Anyway, I'm sure I've missed a few, but what else can I say about this movie? I guess that's about it. I thought it was just a good, solid slasher movie. Good atmosphere to it. This will be great to watch at Thanksgiving. We don't have a lot of Thanksgiving horror movies that I've seen anyway, so this will be added to the yearly watch, I guess. And then, of course, next year we'll have Thanksgiving Part 2, so that's kind of cool. Bloody Disgusting says, a new horror classic. So now, you can currently rent this on YouTube, Google Play, and Amazon Prime. I know it was streaming on one of the services. I think it was Amazon Prime for a while, but I think it's gone now. So, but you should be able to find this Blu-ray at your Walmart or your local movie seller. I don't know who that is anymore because Best Buy's gone now. Well, they're still there, but they don't sell movies. I found this at Walmart for, I think it was $24.96 when it came out. So, and more recently, I've seen it on DVD for like 1988 or something. So it shouldn't be that hard to find if you really do want to find a copy of it. But that's my thoughts on Thanksgiving. What did you think about this film? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think it was overhyped? Leave your comments below with your thoughts about this movie. I'd love to hear from you. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. Hopefully not in a parade being chased by a masked killer. But until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.